So what if Sony was all along the one that wanted to take over? Because I was thinking about what happened in Age of Adeline. What if the Reynoldses are Trojan horses, in my opinion, allegedly? I'm gonna be looking about what happened to Steve Golan because I feel like he was the original Baldoni. But think about this: what if Sony was negotiating with Baldoni because they wanted into the Colleen Hoover franchise, right? And they were like, "Give us more, give us the rights, give us more piece of the pie." And Baldoni was like, "No dice. You want to become our distributor? These are our terms. Sign or else." Like, cause wasn't Baldoni shopping this around, like, and he couldn't find anybody, and Sony said yes. Like, but they were like, I think like they wanted more piece of the pie, and Baldoni, like, Wayfair said no. This is allegations. I have to go look at all the backup for this. Okay. So what if, like, they sign on and immediately they deploy Trojan horses? And Don Saladino, who works for Blake Lively, the hair and makeup people, like, Baldoni's like, oh, that's gonna cost like twice as much, but I guess I'll pay the difference. Like, Blake and Ryan start putting people in specific places. You know what I mean? Start getting Paul Fig and Sean Levy to come talk to Baldoni and stuff like that. Oh yeah, this is the way that you should be working with Blake and stuff like that. Give her more creative decision. Give her more a chance of take over. Whatever. It's gonna be good for you. Gaslighting them. Little by little, she started taking control of things. And Sony, like, gets mad because of the wardrobe. They're like, oh, don't freak us up. Don't freak us up. Don't freak this franchise up, right? Baldoni put order. He can't put order. He can't restrain her. There's like the fighting over like the coffee table and like her image. Like, you can't use my image for this. You can't use my image for that. I am not, like, if I'm not satisfied with the trailer, you can't use my image. You can't use my Tears Ricochet. All kind of stuff. Like, if I don't get my edit and whatever. I feel like, the what they had promised somehow, somewhere, backdoor deals, I don't know, like the sequel to the Reynoldses, like director of The View, you have on headlines like saying that Ryan is willing to put whatever kind of money it needs to be put in to get the sequel. And then whenever, like, finally Sony took, Baldoni's cut and, or Baldoni's film or whatever from his hands and put it in Blake Lively's hands, what did she do? Fudge it. It could have backfired, but again, it's a win-win for Sony because, like, if they fudge it up, if the Reynoldses fudge it up, then they get rid of the Reynoldses. Win-win, right? If not, then they get the sequel. I mean, they get like this franchise, right? The Reynoldses are peons to these people, like literal peons. It's like, like deploy the army. I mean, do they really own those companies, like, fully? Like, are they in the board of directors? Are they the ones making decisions, or do they have to report to people? And this is why they have to, like, justify, like, all the losses from the business side. So anyway, they fudged the cut. I mean, even though Blake Lively has, like, Ben Affleck on her corner, she has the president of Sony in her corner, she's got freaking Bradley Cooper on her corner, and still she fudges it up. So they fix it, put Baldoni's stuff back in. Well, not really fix it because it's really bad. I thought the movie was really bad. But anyway, they release this. Colleen's audience or whoever, like, freaking brings in the numbers, and boom, you have a hit. But then freaking Blake Lively, she's petty, and I think it was Reynolds mostly. Petty AF, and freaking unfollow. Create a drama. Even the president of Sony was like, what are you doing? She brought her, she did this herself, like, with the booze and, like, everything, like, very whatever they said, right? And even, like, didn't Alex say something about, like, her being, like, a little terrorist or whatever? There's, like, yeah. And now, whenever Blake Lively goes to Sony next time, if she even dares, because her audacity, she would totally, too, thinking, like, everything's cool, right? Going like, okay, well, you promised me. Well, we give you the opportunity, Blake, but then you kind of, like, fudged it, so, like, no dice. And so now they got rid of the Reynolds, like they got rid of the problem. Paramount had already gotten rid of the problem, remember? Like with the big flop, the rhythm section. I mean, yeah, it fudged them up like real bad, but at least they got rid of the problem. And now it was Sony's problem. Now whose problem are they gonna be? Allegedly, in my opinion. So yeah, we see you. But just make sure like you have really good lawyers, like indie corporations out there, indie production studios out there. Read every single thing like twice, 3 times. Send the things to freaking like good lawyers, because man, that too could be you. Look at Steve Gollin. Look at Baldoni.